We got another wonderful package today. It actually got delivered while I was at work. Neighbor picked it up for me, put it away and kept it safe. I'm going to get my address out of the way here. So now it's in my garage, safe and sound. So we're going to go ahead and open this thing up, check it out, and see how they package it, see what we get. I know what I'm getting, but it's still fun opening boxes. That never gets old. Let's open this bad boy up. This kit should have the subframe, the Swaybar, and the spherical end links. I've always liked the ASR. I had it on my EG hatchback. And they're good parts. Open. Here we go. You have the Swaybar itself. Comes nicely packaged. Here they are. Got the end links here. Got the bushings that mounts that holds the sway bar up against the subframe. Brackets and hardware for the subframe. And lastly, we have the ASR subframe itself. This it's not the color that I preferred. I prefer black, but the only one that sells black, if you want black, is going to be JHP USA. I wanted black to keep it subtle, but the guy that I ordered from, he's not JHP, so he couldn't get it. So, but that's fine. I got a good deal on it, and great it is. So there we go. And I believe a subframe and a sway bar is essential, so that's why I just couldn't wait. We got our end-link hardware, got instructions on there, the brackets to hold this up against this. We got brackets. This goes on the other side of the subframe, and the sandwiches to the car. So that's gonna go in this bad boy. I'm putting together the end links here. All right. So just got one started here. This comes with the instructions. It's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. We have, let's see, this right here. So we got this piece right here. We have this other piece. So what we're going to start off with is putting one of these nuts in to the threaded side. And it says on the notes, adjust end links to minimum length is ideal for most conditions. So we'll go ahead and set it to the minimum length to start off with. If we got to adjust, we'll do it in the car. Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and get this in to the minimum length. Okay, I feel it slowing down. That's it right there. So I'm sure it's got to go like this what's in the car, but for now just have it like this with the locking it kind of loose. Alright, now on the parts on the female end, which is this part right here, you're gonna put one of these small washers or one of these small bearing things, and then big one. Okay, I'm going to put that bolt through. I'm going to put this lock in the lug nut so things don't get lost. So that'll go into the lower control arm later on. Now we have do the top, the male end. Stick it in the hole. Wait. Two of these bushings, and this time we're going to use two of these small, identical looking ones. There. Now penetrate. You can go ahead and throw this locking lug nut. That's going to go into the Swaybar end later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the Swaybar as my final prep. So when I do start working on this later on in this video, it's just connected to the subframe. Okay, so let's attach this to the Swaybar. You're going to want to have this kind of, you know, perpendicular to each other. The instruction says to have the one with the big washer on the male end. I'm sorry, on this end, but the video online from the website says the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions, and if I got to change it, but I don't think it'll matter. What is important is the one with the big with the big bearing thing here, spacer. I guess it's a spacer, not bearing. This big spacer is going to be what's going to go on, what's going to butt up against the Swaybar. It's going to go from outside in. We're going to go outside in. We'll use the longest one for now. Put your locking nut, and then just tighten it up. So just like this. There we go. I'm going to tighten that up, and then this thing will be ready for the car. We're going to work on getting our thing here prepped up, our bar. You see the arrow right over here? That's going to face towards the middle of the car. So before you put it on, you are going to want to lube up the rubber bushing. Alright, just kind of work that with your finger, get it nice and gushy. Same thing for the other side. Just to give you quite a bit of this stuff. I'll be a little more generous than that. There we go. And okay, so we have this thing ready to go onto the subframe. Alright, I'm off work, back in the garage, ready to do this. Let's do it. So, today is October 31st, so we expect some kids to come by. I don't want to spend. Hopefully I can get this thing done quickly before we start getting trick-or-treaters to give them candy. So we're about to start this now. First thing we're going to do, well, read the instructions. So the instructions pretty much kind of just gives a little diagram. You got the brace, you got the spacer, and you got the backing plate where you throw it into. And of course you got the bolts. You got this long one. That is the one that goes through the lower control arm bolts. So I guess we're just gonna get under the car and piece this thing together. And check out my shirts that I got from I Heart Honda. Let me show you the back. I hope you can see it. Took it to work today looking like a racer. Alright, let's get this thing started here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is grab your backing plate. It's going to be oriented like this on the left side. And you're going to thread into this hole and this hole to the subframe. Put these, I'm going to use these. It's going to be the only ones that will fit, obviously, but I'm going to go ahead and grab an Allen key and tighten those up real quick. So, got the backing plates installed. Screw there, both sides that way. Before I tighten these two completely, I'll do that at the end. But if anything gets in the way, like a sway bar, then I'll tighten it before that part happens. But for now, I'll leave this a little loose. I'm now going to go ahead and get this lower control arm bolts started. Okay guys, so I got the other side backing plates going. What you're going to want to do is you are going to want to remove these bolts with the lower control arms. Swing the lower control arms out of the way. See, I kind of just tuck it to the back a little bit because you're going to need to get access in here for the backing plates. The easiest way to do this, once you do that, is go ahead and drive these two LCA bolts back in to kind of hold it up, since if you're by yourself, and kind of get underneath so the parts with the little cutouts here face inwards. Just flat piece towards the rear of the car, because you're going to be going in like this. Remember, you have the two of the longest bolts. The longest one goes on top. The second longest bolt goes right below that. Don't be scared to go underneath. Have something in your eyes so you don't hurt yourself. Drive it through. I find it easy to just get underneath and kind of see where you're going instead of trying to go by feel. I have prescription glasses, so that'll provide some protection, but safety glasses is the best way to go. Got that started. Just go ahead and drive it all the way in. This other one is right here to this one, and then the shorter bolt is going to go through here. They don't recommend to use an impact gun, so you don't strip out the threads on these. Now that we got those tight, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these flat heads here. Now that we have our bolts aligned, good little tug here. So this side. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up the middle one. We're going to tighten up the middle one. This way everything's nice and tight. And then we're going to tighten up the middle one so we can make sure it's secure. And it holds our back plates in place. Then we're going to remove this one on both sides and get our bracket for the sway bar over this hole and this hole, and than driving the hardware. Get it started. Aligned. Now what we can do, remove these top bolts from both sides and have it handy. Of course, nothing can ever go as smooth. My muffler sits way too close. I'm gonna have to pop that muffler off. And well, I'm a little bit, you know, I gotta go inside and do some things, so we'll resume in a bit. Let's proceed with our install. Swing it over. Swing this over. Long bolts, tiny bolts. Throw these bottom bolts on the lower hole. Oh, hi, how are you? So, my wife and I spent the whole day doing some errands, which includes shopping for furniture set. And I've never ever thought I could have spent so much money on furniture. Put it this way, I haven't put nearly as much money onto this car as what I spent today on furniture. But then again, it's going to be our furniture for our main family room where I spent most of my time in. And I did have some demands, which was had to be real good leather. So I think in the end, it's worth it. And I'm actually excited to get it. I also want leather because sometimes I work in a garage, and if I get oil on there, I want to be able to wipe it off. Microfiber, cloth, all of that shit, I don't want to stain, ruin. Alright, so I'm tying up these bolts now. Thing is starting to come together. I did order some inner and outer tie rods that I'll be swapping out in this car for as well, because might as well do them. I got torn boots for the inner tie rod up front, so I'm just gonna go ahead and change all that shit up. So when I do my alignments later this week or next week, it's situated. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this end link to the middle hole on the lower control arm. If you're wondering, the ASR end link is threading into the PCI. So if you want to get PCI lower control arm, but aren't sure if it'll mate with the ASR end links, well, it will. I won't be using the locking nuts that came with the end links because these are, if you use OEM holes, we are threading into the lower control arm, so we don't need them. we're all done here. And links are hooked up. Look at that beautiful oil control arm there. Got the Swaybar hooked up. Got a little blemish there. Actually, never mind. That's not a blemish. That's a part number. So, seems like it was easier on the EG, but not too bad. Got the exhaust over there. I'm gonna see if I can modify a little bit, make it work. If not, I'm gonna have to figure something out. But for meanwhile, this thing is done. So that's it, guys. ASR Swaybar is installed. Subframe is installed. The first car I ever modded with a Swaybar was the Honda Fit. And that was a 90-day difference. Then I did it with the Civics, and I noticed how much better the car responded on turns. So I think a sway bar is essential. And when you spiffing up the car with a sway bar, you need a subframe. Alright. See you guys next time. Like, share the video, and subscribe. And let me know what you think. Let me know what other mods you think essential. If you know of any good mods that don't cost that much money, that's, you know, within my budget, make those suggestions. Alright guys, see you guys later. Peace out.